Welcome to the wonderful world of entrepreneurship. Yes, you're going to have to work hard. There is no getting around it. You're going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to spend all of your waking hours devoted to your business, at least in the beginning. Once you have things up and running, that's a different story. But I'm talking to the new entrepreneur who wants to start his own business. And all I have to say to you is get ready for some very, very long hours. When I had my third retail store in Phoenix, I'll never forget one time when I was working really late. It was a Saturday night, I think, a Friday or a Saturday night. It was a weekend night. It was 9:30 in the evening. My store closed at 6. And my lights were still on. I was in the back room doing things that I needed to do, paperwork, packing, things like that. And I heard a rapping on my front door. And I got out of the back room and I went out to the sales floor and I saw that it was Manjula. And she was one of the co-owners with her husband. She was one of the co-owners of the liquor store that was in my little shopping center. And she was knocking on the door, and I went and I opened the door and I said, "Oh, Manjula, how are you? What's going on?" And she said, and I apologize to my South Asian friends here. She said, "Oh, Robert, we saw that your lights were on and we're very, very worried about you. We wanted to check to see if you were all right." And I said, "Yeah, I'm just hanging around here, getting all the stuff done that I needed to do. And, you know, I'm going to open up tomorrow morning and there's a lot of stuff that I have to prepare for. And it was a busy day today, so I'm just kind of sticking around a little bit." And then she said to me, "Oh, Robert, you are always here so late at night. You work maybe 10, 12, 14 hours a day. You are like us. You work like an immigrant." Okay, well, at the time, I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know whether or not that was a compliment or a mild insult or just some sort of an observation. Well, now I kind of take it as a compliment, but she was making an observation. That liquor store that they owned was open, oh, I don't know, 14, 15 hours a day. They were there from 10 in the morning to 3 in the morning or something like that. It wasn't quite 24 hours, but they were always there. So she was making an observation. You know, obviously I'm a native-born American. I'm not an immigrant. But if you really, really want to be successful, you're going to have to work like an immigrant. I don't know how else to say it. You're going to have to put in the long, hard hours. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you really want this life that you've planned out, if you really want this business that you've always dreamed of, what's so wrong about spending so much time with it, especially at the beginning? You're going to have to do it. And if you really like what you're doing, it's not going to matter really. Until I had that rapping on the window or the glass door of Manjula that Friday or Saturday night at 9:30, I really didn't even know what time it was. And I wasn't missing anything. I was getting stuff done. I had the bigger picture in mind, saying to myself, well, okay, I have to put in the time because this is what I have to do in order for this grand plan of mine to work out. And you know what? That was about, I'd say, 10 years ago. And here I am, and I don't do that anymore. I don't need to do that anymore because I put in all of that time back then. So my bottom line here is just be prepared to work hard. Be prepared to devote a lot of time to your business, and don't worry about that. Have fun, because what's the alternative? The alternative is you not following your dreams and not building this awesome business you've always wanted. So work hard. There's nothing wrong with that. Work like an immigrant.